Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. In this episode, we need to go back to the Cavern of Remembrance. Not that we ever went in there in the first place, I don't believe, when I showed it off. I think I just stood in the doorway and said that we would go in there eventually. Well, now is that time that we're going to need to go in there, and I think I might have mentioned this before, but the reason we're going in there now is because we need to get some stuff so we can make Ultima Weapon. And the reason I want to make Ultima Weapon right now is because before the end of this episode, I really want to fight Sephiroth, so if you're into that, I suggest you stick around. But the first thing I want to show off is this little ball thing right here. They're all over the Cavern of Remembrance, and when you hit them, they drop drive orbs, and sometimes a drive recovery. So if you're looking to level up Master Form, that might be an okay way of doing it. But over here, yep, we are getting a little small cutscene. And that was even shorter of a cutscene than I thought it was going to be, but the Cavern of Remembrance, of course, is a Final Mix exclusive dungeon, complete with its own treasure chest, maps, battle theme. I just started playing as soon as I said that. We got a Remembrance Stone here and a Shard. That's really good because now I won't have to grind for enemies to kill to get those, because we do need those to get Ultima Weapon. And the funny thing is, of course, for every type of material, there is a stone, or not every type, but for most types, and especially the Remembrance type, there is a shard, stone, gem, and a crystal. So we got the stone and the shard right there, and I know there are treasure chests coming up that have the Remembrance gem and crystals in them, so it's kind of good that we got the only ones that cannot be found in a treasure chest pretty much right off the bat. But I'm going to be getting a lot of puzzle pieces and treasure chests in this area. Hopefully I remember where they all are, because they are, I'm not going to say hidden, but there are a lot of branched paths that you can take to find the treasure chests. So I'm going to try, of course, to find them all the first time through. But like I said before, this is a Final Mix exclusive dungeon, so I don't have as much experience with it as I do like pretty much every other level. But this little thing right here, just quick run across. There are a lot of areas like that in this dungeon where you have to use your growth abilities to get through, but there are also a lot of areas in the dungeon where you have to fight, so I will see you guys after I am done with this fight. Alright, I finished off those enemies, but before we go forward through that white door, we need to come over here into the left little side path, I guess. For some reason, there is a shortcut you can open up here. Almost reminds me of Dark Souls a little bit. That takes you back to the first area of the level, which I'm not sure why, because it doesn't take that long to just go around. But in that treasure chest, I just got a Remembrance Gem. And I think the only other Remembrance item I need now, actually I'm 100% positive, is the Remembrance Crystal. Like I said, there's going to be a treasure chest later on that has that, but this puzzle right here, if you can even call it that, really all you got to do is wail on the wheels until they open up. I thought that was going to be a lot harder the first time I did that. Now, at this point, I think it might be a little bit more clear what area we're actually in. Of course, we are in the Cavern of Remembrance, but what that means exactly, I'm not entirely sure. I think we're in some sort of, like, industrial area of Hollow Bastion. Like, this is what keeps the city going, is what this area means to me, I guess. But another thing I need to do is go ahead and revert into regular Sora. The final form, it just glides all over the ground. Of course, it has the glide growth ability, but when you're just running across the ground, it's a little bit slippery, almost like the hover boots from Ocarina of Time. But another thing I wanted to say about the Cavern of Remembrance is that it is a dungeon that you can't even get through until, I can't remember exactly what you have to get through the dungeon, but a lot of growth abilities like glide, aerial dodge is needed to get through the dungeon. I know quick run is needed to get through the dungeon. Actually, I'm not even sure if glide is required. Yeah, actually glide is required. There's an area coming up where we have to use glide, and I'm not gliding very well right here, so maybe I need to practice that a little bit more. But yeah, this area you can't even get through until you level up your growth abilities, which I really like that, and I kind of like the fact that basically what we're doing right now is a lot of platforming, and in the platforming there's a little bit of puzzle solving, because you have to know what types of platforming, basically what abilities you have to use to get through these places, and I just got a Found Illusion, so now we can pretty much make Ultima Weapon. But yeah, like, to wrap that all up, I guess, I really like the fact that we are platforming And to be able to get through this dungeon, we have to do our growth abilities. But we have gotten pretty much everything in this room, I believe. So what I need to do now is go ahead and equip, or use, I should say, a drive recovery. Mainly because I do believe that there is going to be yet another fight through that door, and I would like to use Final Form. But speaking of Final Form, I want to go ahead and put Oathkeeper on Final Form for 2 reasons. The first being that I have Oblivion as my primary Keyblade, and Oblivion and Oathkeeper really go well together. But the other reason is that the Oathkeeper Keyblade has a form boost ability on it. As we get a power boost here, might as well go ahead and use that on Sora right now. But the form boost ability allows you to stay in your forms for longer, which of course is a good thing, and I'll be using that coming up. But here we have another little platforming section. I just like to quick run and aerial dodge, and I barely made it, but here's another fight. Now, if I remember the layout of the dungeon correctly, I think that might be the last bit of mandatory fighting until the last, like, hurrah at the end of the dungeon. But now we are in the conveyor belt section, which is another reason why I kind of think this is like a maintenance area of Hollow Bastion, or just, like I said before, an area that kind of keeps Hollow Bastion going a little bit. But I thought that Serenity Crystal treasure chest right there was going to be the Remembrance Crystal. I couldn't remember what it was called for a second. But this area of the Cavern of Remembrance reminds me a little bit of the Space Pirate facility in Metroid Prime, and there's the Remembrance Crystal. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that area from Metroid Prime a little bit, and my brothers are apparently like diehard Metroid Prime fans, and they tell me it looks nothing like that one area of the facility where you fight the Space Pirates for the first time. I think is what I've only just played that game recently, and I haven't really had the time to let it sink in. But if you guys know what area I'm talking about, there's an area I remember you have to use like power bombs, or not power bombs, but just like the morph ball bombs to get through an area that kind of looks like this area just a little bit. Anyway, in this area, pretty much what you're going to want to do is try and jump and then try and glide, I should say, at the very top of your jump. And I didn't really get enough air there. Basically, if you try an aerial dodge at that first little gate thing, you're probably not going to have enough air to get through to the very end. If you jump at the very, like I said, if you glide at the very top of your jump, you'll have a better chance of getting through. I don't know what's wrong with me right now. Like I said, I might need more gliding practice, but after this area of the game, there's not really too many more areas where you're going to have to glide. But yeah, if you can glide at the top of your jump, you're probably going to make it. And I made it there. Got 2 Twilight pieces and something else. I don't remember what that other puzzle piece was that I got the first time that I failed. But this area right here is very white, and there's like water all over the place. It's supposed to be kind of reminiscent of Castle Oblivion, and there's a really good reason for that we'll find out in just a second. But there's going to be a lot of fighting in these corridors, so I'm going to make this into yet another montage. And after all that fighting, we get another item slot, which is kind of cool, I guess. And we're going to be getting another cutscene in this door. And now we find ourselves in the Garden of Assemblage, which is a really cool area, I think. The only thing is, it's kind of weird that this treasure chest over here, the other one that I'm not opening, this one over here has the map for the Garden of Assemblage in it for this really small room. I always thought that was kind of weird. But now we need to examine this computer in the middle of the room here. And each one of those things is a fight with one of the Organization 13 members. Data forms, I should say, because of course it'd be kind of weird to fight the actual ones. But I want to show you that I got all of the puzzle pieces here, and all of the treasure chests except for one, the last one in the entire game. But I didn't actually miss it. You can't get it until after you complete all of the data fights, which I'm not going to do right now because I'm really underleveled for that. But luckily, they thought ahead and made this little opening right here to get back into the Garden of Assemblage instead of having to go all the way back through the Cavern of Remembrance. So we'll be coming back through there later on. But I will meet you guys back at the marketplace, and we're going to synthesize Ultima Weapon. Well, that actually didn't take that long to get back over here, but of course we need to go ahead and talk to Mog, apparently is the name of this Moogle over here. We got an Orichalcum Plus for completing for basically collecting all of the materials in the entire game. And of course, like I've said 100 times, that is the final Orichalcum Plus in the entire game. Now I want to go ahead and show you the recipe for Ultima Weapon. Basically, it says we only have 6 Orichalcum Pluses, and the first time I played this game, I could not believe what was happening. I couldn't tell which one I missed. Basically, you have to exit out of all the menus and come back in and drop off that Orichalcum Plus that we just got, or you won't be able to do it. And also, you have to use an energy crystal, or you won't have enough Orichalcum Pluses, because of course, there are not 13 Orichalcum Pluses in the entire game. Now, there are a lot of other things here that I could synthesize right now, but I will wait to do that probably for a bonus episode. But I do want to go ahead and equip, not go through the journal, but equip Ultima Weapon, because we've gone through a lot of stuff just to get Ultima Weapon. And like I said before, it is not as strong as, actually, I don't know if I said this. It is not the strongest Keyblade in the game, but of course it is still a good Keyblade. It has only 1 fewer strength point than the strongest Keyblade in the game, and it has 4 magic, which is really good. But I will meet you guys at the Dark Depths to fight Sephiroth. And here we are in the Dark Depths. Now, before we fight Sephiroth, I want to go ahead and get my... Actually, it looks like my items are pretty much set up already. Might as well go ahead and throw on that extra potion. Hopefully, if everything goes to plan, I won't need to use many items. But let's go ahead and approach the one-winged angel himself.
What is Cloud doing?
Beats me.
By the way, you three, who are you?
Well, I'm not sure we should tell you.
Well, that's an interesting sword you're carrying.
It's the Keyblade.
I see. So that's a Keyblade. And I suppose you must be its chosen wielder.
So what if I am?
I wonder if it won't change its mind once I defeat you. Show me your strength.
Now, immediately in this fight, you're going to want to spam the triangle button so you can block that attack. The first time you fight this fight, if you've never seen the video before, if you've never seen the fight before, you're probably going to get messed up by that attack right there. And usually if you block after, basically, let me go ahead and lay this out. If you do 2 combos like this, I think I talked about this during the Zexian fight. If you do 2 combos, but you don't do 2 combo finishers, you can get 2 combos in like that. And usually he will go ahead and do another thing that you're going to have to block after you do that, or apparently that triangle thing again. This fight is kind of random a little bit, in that it's not easy to tell what attacks he's going to do next. And once he gets his HP down, or once we get his HP down a little bit, he'll start doing these little things with the orbs that if you do reflect, that'll probably be the easiest way to get those orbs away from you, because if those orbs hit you, usually they take away a lot of HP. And the only other thing that I really am worried about is sometimes he'll do that fire attack that he did in the first game, but even that, it seems like it's easier to get away from in this game, because you can aerial dodge, you can quick run, you can glide, all those things are faster, and he's doing his Sin Heartless Angel thing, but if you just, you know, hit him once or twice, he will stop doing that, and if you, that's another key thing we're going to talk about. As I'm about to say, don't get into an aerial combo with Sephiroth, I accidentally get Sephiroth into an aerial combo. That's really bad, because he just instantly teleports away usually when he do that. I was gonna say, when he does that Sin Heartless Angel thing, the best thing to do is probably to hit him once or twice to get him on the ground, wait for him to actually get on the ground, and then start attacking him again. But like I said, just to reiterate, if you start attacking him while he's in the air, that's a really bad thing because he will almost always teleport away, and I had a good thing going there. I had pretty much, I don't think I took any damage until I got him into that aerial combo. Like I said, getting him into an aerial combo is a really bad thing. I thought I was going to actually get through this fight without taking any damage. Luckily, in this game, I think Combo Master might have just saved me there because I missed my first attack, and Combo Master lets you keep attacking even though you miss a attack in the combo. But anyway, I was going to say, luckily in this game, that Sin Heartless Angel attack, and this is not good. Usually I can take him out before he does this, but it doesn't appear to be that hard to dodge. I don't think in any practice runs I've had this happen. But anyway, in this game, for the 5th time I've tried to start this, the Sin Heartless Angel attack is not a bad thing because it's really kind of easy to get him to stop doing it. But one more combo should be enough, and this aerial reversal technique should be enough. There we go, guys. We beat Sephiroth much easier in Kingdom Hearts 2, I think, than in Kingdom Hearts 1. And for beating him, we get the second to last drive gauge power-up.
How'd you like that?
I admit you're very skilled. But apparently Cloud is the only one who can eliminate me. Tell Cloud to come here. Tell him Sephiroth is looking to settle things.
And Cloud is over here in this corner in the marketplace. Let's go ahead and tell him about Sephiroth. He's in the dark depths. I see. So I guess it's time we settled this. Cloud. And after a whole bunch of running back and forth, we're back in the dark depths. Let's go ahead and approach Sephiroth for the 2nd time.
Did you give him my message?
Maybe.
Sorry to keep you, Sephiroth.
Cloud, you'll never let go of the darkness.
Shut up.
You'll never let go of your past.
Shut up! Cloud, get him!
Absurd. Defeating me is meaningless. You know that more than anyone, Cloud. No matter how many times I fall, your darkness keeps calling me back.
Wrong.
Tifa, stay back!
How can I? I want to help you.
You can't. You'll never let go of the darkness.
He doesn't have to. He just needs someone to surround him with light. The darkness will be there, Sephiroth, but in a place you can't reach.
Is that right? Let's see what this light of yours can do.
Ha!
No!
Look out!
Cloud, you can have my light.
The light doesn't suit you.
I just... don't know.
Stop!
Huh?
No.
Where'd they go? Do you think they made it back to their own world?
They went somewhere else. Cloud went to fight a great battle, to defeat the darkness inside him.
Gone again.
What will you do now?
Guess I'll keep looking.
Got any leads?
Don't worry. Light is easy to find. I gotta go. Here, this is for helping me out.
But wait, when did we help?
So apparently Tifa gave us Fenrir, which is the strongest Keyblade in the entire game with a strength of 7. The only drawback is that it has the negative combo ability, so your ground and air combos are going to be shortened by 1. But that was one of the coolest cutscenes I think I've seen in a long time. I really like that cutscene, especially the first time I saw it. But I guess Sephiroth and Cloud aren't going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know. But I want to thank you guys for watching this episode of Let's Play Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, and I hope to see you guys back for the next episode.